fantastic, and it's Roland Pep's going well, but he's been passed as they go into the top end. Rob Price is the man that's got the start, so it's number 7 Price and number 19 Roland Pep's. Behind him, Tony Forward, number 2, the 17-year-old from Northampton, who's been so impressive this year, going very well indeed. Kevin Price, the second baseman, Roland Pep's, third baseman, Tony Forward, fourth in fact, Rob Price. It's going to be a day of overalls, isn't it? Rob Band in trouble already. Kevin Price started so well, in trouble on the far side. 18-year-old Kevin Price, ex-Speedway rider, not having a good start today. Second behind him, number 2, Tony Forward, third, number 7, Price. Number 8 is Smith Brown. But the man who led so convincingly from the start, Kevin Price, number 16, and it is already half of Forward. Behind Tony Ford is Tim Brown, then number 15 Graham Wilson, and last at the moment is number 4, which is Paul Evans. So the first race of the afternoon, a maximum score going to Roland Pep, and only other limit remains. Tony Forward faltering on the last lap, drops back to 4th place. The point score then, that's race number 1 for Roland Pep. It's Mark Edwards from Jeremy Doncaster and Graham Fiddy and Gerald Short as they go into the top bend. Mark Edwards got a tremendous start. He's lost out on the top bend as they come out of it. Jeremy Doncaster, Ipswich Speedway champion, last Ipswich Speedway rider, last year's European champion, from second place man Graham Fiddy to Norwich. Mark Edwards. Fourth place behind them, Rob Fortune from Worcester. Then behind him comes Gerald Shaw. So Jeremy Doncaster starting his afternoon's programme in a very convincing manner indeed. Not so much of it on the ground. Fantastic battle between him and the final race. Very wide by the Worcester lad as Graham Fiddy dropping out up by the pits. But Rob Fortune, who rode as a member of the Western Centre team when they won that competition, he was one of their star performers, 20-year-old Rob Fortune from Worcester. He's had a tremendous Fifth is 54 Andrew Riley, and in 6th place behind them, number 84, which is Mark Williamson. So with the checkered flag being made ready for Jeremy Doncaster, Rob Fortune, 2nd place. That's one. Race 2 goes to Doncaster, 2nd is Rob Fortune, 3rd Gerald Short. Schofield from Keith Millard, a tremendous start from Schofield from Keith Millard and David Perry. And it's Schofield going through hard on the top end. Millard through to 2nd place at the moment. But it was Schofield that got a very good break indeed. Now then, it's a sort of dance where anything can happen. Peter Lloyd going well is third, then Wadsworth, then David Perry. Cyril Jones going well, but towards the back of what is a very strong field indeed. So, in the lead, 352 Steve Schofield, 2nd number 96 is Millard, 3rd 74 is Peter Lloyd. They come round to another lap. Going well off the inside. David Perry and Cyril Jones, behind him is Pat McCann, and last at the moment is John Boston, and Keith Millard then challenging Speedway rider Steve Schofield. They'll meet at Exeter on Sunday when Millard, of course, is the star at Exeter and Schofield is the star for He's now got Millard then, number 96, comes from Newington, Gloucestershire. Reckon he does 50,000 miles a year or just over on the speedway. Millard wins race number 3. Second is Schofield, third one is Martin Deloitte, fourth is Edwards on the Anthony Sounding Super, 74198 Terry, 679 is Phil Jones, 798 is John Boss, winners the Sounding Super. And the man who's got the start at the moment from Lincolnshire, number 7, Colin Banks and Robin Ward get the break at the moment. Banks and Ward lead, second place behind them. Looking to my right, looks like Alan Blewett, and it's Banks indeed from Alan Blewett on the Suzuki. Third is Paul Norman, and fourth is the substitute rider Steve Allibone, and we've got a new leader because it's Alan Blewett from Darlington, second place man, number 7, Colin Banks and Rob Ward. Third is Paul Norman and John Mitten from the Midlands, and in fourth place, Steve Allibone and Steve Robbins from Warwick, as the sidecars come to complete 2 laps. Remember, they do a little bit less than the solo, starting over in the corner, but it's the experienced Alan Blewett and the equally experienced Colin Banks, then Paul Norman, then Steve Allibone challenging Paul Norman. A good needle match there between the 2 Mitten and runners. Steve Allibone takes the very tight line as they go to get out of there, but not quite able to catch Paul Norman and John Mitten. So it's still number 3 leading, which is Alan Blewett with Nev Wilson in the chair in this opening sidecar race, race number 4. Victory's going to the north of England for these two pretty certainly, where the Suzuki powered was. Second, number 7, Colin Banks and Robin Ward. Third still is Paul Norman, but again he's leading Steve Allibone the gap. Straight times into the finish there. Alan Blewett and Nev Wilson, who put in some very good rides on the British Masters, particularly down at the opening round at Exeter, from Colin Banks and Rob Ward back on the Lynx outfit with the V-twin Westlake. The leader then on the four-cylinder Suzuki from the V-twin Westlakes in second and third. Steve Allibone retired on the top. He could push it in from there. If he pushes it in from there, he might get some points. If he can hear me, if Steve's, the two Steves, here, winners at Wimborne, which is one of the most prestigious sidecars on the division, so they keep getting Peter Brown's got a good start. Roger Measer got a good start. Peter Brown falters as they go up the straight. Flat Terry Skinner took an early lead and rolls it into the top bend. Terry Skinner and Mark Harmon, followed by Peter Brown and John Barron. 2 down, red flags out as the 2 outfits over there. Right, ladies and gentlemen, then I'll give you the results of the first sidecar race, which is race number 4. Race number 4, the first of the sidecar races. 51 Measor and number 11 Ray Chapman. And they are in fact racing days with 2 outfits in this race. So back in business with the Measors in first place and Chapman in second place, and that means we're now in a rerun, of course, of race number 5. Unfortunately, not with Peter Brown and John Moran, and not with Terry Skinner and Mark Harmon. But with Roger Measor and Ray Chapman very much on form, and with a meeting like this, of course, every point does count. Roger Measor and Jeff Lees then leading from Ray Chapman and Mick Burr in second place. And this race, therefore, will run its course, and will then be back with programme. So Roger and Jeff Measor winners last Sunday at the Wimborne Whopper. Best performance, of course, round on the day. They finished very well up. Roger and Jeff Measor, they usually save their best form perhaps for the second half of the season. Roger and Jeff Measor this year, really very impressive indeed now that the Honda has been fully sorted. Roger Measor and Jeff Measor from Abingdon with the frame they built themselves, the big Honda 4-cylinder motor. And making it go there. From second place man, Mountain Garage man, Ray Chapman with passenger Mick Burr. But it's Roger and Jeff Measor to win this, then the revised race number 5, which they are taking at a canter. So Roger Measor will get the Matsman and second benefit of Terry Skinner on 42 with Mark. Now we come to a race which is as per programme, the next race number 6. Absolutely, And Ted Tucker and Dave Ward get the break immediately from Teesdale in second place. Teesdale going inside Ted Tucker as they go up to the first bend. So it's 69 Teesdale leading. From second place is Ted Tucker. When they come back off the first bend. Teesdale and Tucker. Third going well is Roger Reed. Fourth is Foreman. Fifth is Mick Dawkins. And sixth is Tom Alibone. It's Ted Tucker and Dave Ward. Ted Tucker and Dave Ward is second. Roger Reed on 171. Fourth Lennon Ray Foreman, number 149. Fifth Mick Dawkins and John Hall, number 134. And sixth Tom Alibone and Roy Fisher on 212. So Ted Tucker and Dave Ward, last year's winners of the British Masters lead. From second place man Teesdale, Roger Rees really going well in third. Teesdale is coming under pressure for Roger Rees to try and down in third place. But the leader, the runaway leader at the moment, number 73, Ted Tucker and Dave Ward. Watch Dave Ward, watch him get on the corner, right down by Ted Tucker's right knee. One of the most acrobatic of passengers. Dave Ward, they've been riding together now for 14 years. Into the last lap, Tucker the leader. Second is Teesdale, third still is Roger Rees. Fourth, Dave Ward. Fifth, Mick Dawkins and John Hall. And sixth, Tom Alibone and Roy Fisher. So Ted Tucker and Dave Ward, not this year, had the success last year. Next year he promises a change of engine, but it's all very secret at the moment. Ted Tucker, the leader, takes the maximum score in race number 6. Tucker 73 wins it from 69 Teesdale and Atkinson, 171 Roger Rees and Brian Dunn, 149 Leonard Ray Foreman. And off the line goes tremendously Mark Lodge from John Cox. Mark Lodge leads from John Cox as they went into the top bend. First faller we've got on the top bend. But he's up and away again. John Cox then, the Cheshire rider, been on the grass for many years now. Run out there with the number 41. Mark Lodge, 158, That was Kevin Lead who was the faller there. Kevin Lead from Warwick, Leamington, the faller on the first bend, back in the action again. But it's the Cheshire veteran, John Cox, number 6. John Cox is the leader there. So Mark Lodge in second, Ian Rutter is third. Senior Oldway Broadman, another Cheshire rider. At 6, number 1 is Kevin Lead. So John Cox. Dominated by Cheshire Centre Rider. Second is Mark Lodge. Third, number 9, Ian Rutter is then going to the last lap. Fourth, 158. Dave Prince to retirement is there, number 36. So next is 1 Kevin Lee. And the first checker drag of the afternoon in the base Lamb coursing event will go then to John Cox. Time to look back to the opposition. John Cox takes the checkered flag. Second place 41 is Lodge. Third number 9 is Ian Rutter. Fourth 158 will be number 1 Kevin Lee. Race number 8 into the top bend then. And we've got Martin Jones, the man that took the lead initially in this one. Martin Jones in the blue leathers, flying into the top bend, going very quickly. Rob Ratcliffe now up to third place. Also going well, Terry Rawlinson in second. Terry Rawlinson. Rob Ratcliffe is third. Glenn Randy is fourth. So, although we haven't got Graham Jones from Oswestry here, still off injured, we've got his young brother Martin, who's going extremely well and leading this one. Also, still number 6 off, now 61 is Mike Walsh. So, Martin Jones. caught now by second place man Terry Warren. From that trip, the local man, from that trip, coming himself in. Very, very good performances on that 500 this year. Challenging now for the second place, but the leader, the very impressive young man from Allsworth Street, Martin Jones. Number 117, Glenn Hornby. On the bike, which is John Hoff, the reserve, 159 John Hoff. Chris Salisbury, that was the man that got the break, and it's Chris Salisbury who leads as they come out of the bend from John Hoff, and Jeff Thomas is fourth and closing very quickly and about to take third place. It was Chris Salisbury from Worcester, the man who made it on that short. 159 is John Hoff. Retirement on the far side, but the leader 418 is Chris Salisbury from second 206, which is Jeff Thomas from Shrewsbury. Chris Salisbury which is, I think, 3-2-1 Sir J, thank you, John Simcock. That's much easier, isn't it? Sir J. Not met him before, and I think he's a Cheshire from Northwest. And at the back on the 352 stroke is Glyn Stanton. But the leader, Chris Salisbury, from the second place man, Jeff Thomas. Chris Salisbury. Take the checkered flag, Jeff Thomas almost started to attack, third place now, and close the next and now went to the Mark Hill finishing. As a retirement for Nick Ladley and Chris O'Connell as they pull out of race number one. That's hard luck on them. But it's Dennis Woodgate who led from Roy French in second place, Andrew Bate in third with that most unusual stance. You can see he's a tall lad, kneeling right down. Andrew Bate, number we can't see from Cecil Taylor. The 500 chairs, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, have got no side mirrors on, or at least they have them where the passenger is sitting, which means you can't read them, never mind. That's the leader, number 18 is Roy Chris Martin, here 7 from Cecil Taylor, and number 21 back in the running again. Andrew Bates' number, totally illegible. The number is right under the sidecar passenger. So, which is the 119, the substitute Chris Martin. Fourth place Cecil Taylor and Kevin Williams, a new passenger today, Kevin Williams, who I don't think has ever ridden one of these before. He's on the sidecar platform and just sitting on the sidecar platform. Second place men just to change there on the last lap. His partner Trevor Stewart takes second place. Forward number 2, number 4, forward. Away they go with Steve Schofield gets the break, so too does Mark Edwards and Rob Price. And Evans and Tony Forward and David Perry in that order as they go into the top bend. Schofield, the man who leads as they go away from the bend with number 7, Price in second place. Third, number 2 is Tony Forward. Fourth, number 4 is Evans. Fifth, 24 is Mark Edwards. Sixth now, number 419 is David Perry. They come to the lead, lap 1. Schofield then with a commanding lead from number 7, Rob Price, 2, Tony Forward. Number 4, Paul Evans. George Bewley, could you go to Steve Smith, please, as soon as possible? George Bewley, could you go to Steve Smith, please, as soon as possible? Meantime, we're in race number 11, looking across the Steve Schofield. Schofield then with Price taking over such a wide line and moving down. Schofield 3.2 the leader. Schofield second, remember, on his first outing behind Keith Millard, and remember too that every point counts in this. So Schofield leads along the bottom straight. Second is number 7, Rob Price. We've got a man over there which looks like Tony Forward that we've lost. The 17-year-old Northampton rider back up again and going, but Tony Forward then dropped back quite away. Last off back on the top end. Rob Price forward, but he's up on his feet. He can push it in there and get the points, but Rob Price a faller there as Steve Schofield goes away on his last lap. Schofield then with a long lead down from number 4, which is Paul Evans. Well, we'll see them as they come into the finishing order with the checkered flag now. As we see Schofield 352 the winner, and 4 Paul Evans in second. 419 Dave Perry is now third. The order they finish 4th, 24 is Mark Edwards. Speedbank Classic. The sun shines at Telford. The leader is Cyril Jones. Cyril Jones leads at number 79. The red helmet, the white jacket. It's not going to last for long, but it was good for Cyril while it did. Cyril Jones passed already there on the far side, but he still holds a gallant second place. But again, he's being passed on both sides. Cyril trying very, very hard indeed. But they come then. Lap 1. Peter Lloyd the leader from Graham Biddy second. Tim Brown is third. Cyril Jones now 4th. Peter Lloyd, number 74, got a marvellous start. Down goes one man, Tim Brown, a faller on the top end, but he's up and away again very, very quickly indeed. And it's still number 74, Peter Lloyd, the leader, from second place man, number 67, Graham Biddy, as they come to complete another lap. Still hopping back after that marvellous opening lap. 67 City now as Peter Brown slow. 67 City from 54, Andrew Riley, and Peter Brown in trouble, number 74. So in a very eventful race indeed. The new leader from Norwich is 67, Graham Fiddy, from Cheshire rider Andrew Riley. Graham Fiddy's in trouble now. Graham Fiddy, retired from race number 1, in trouble again on his second outing, and everything happening in this one. Tim Brown fell off and he looked as though he could still get back up and win it. But nonetheless, Andrew Riley, number 54, is the leader. Second place, Graham Wilson now. Third, Pat McCann. Fourth, Cyril Jones. Fifth, Tim Brown, who's second, I think, settled for 5th place. So then, just let's be sure as they go along the bottom. It's 54, Andrew Riley leading. Second, number 15, Graham Wilson. Third, 64, Pat McCann. Fourth, 79, Cyril Jones. And fifth, number 8, Tim Brown. And I think that's the order they'll finish in. And it's been a copybook ride to 54, Andrew Riley. Scoring very well there, the young Cheshire rider. He finished. Race number 13, who's it going to be? And it's Keith Millard leads from Jeremy Doncaster. Millard leads from Doncaster. Gerald Short at the back, but it's Keith Millard from Jeremy Doncaster, the young 18-year-old from Gloucestershire and Exeter Speedway, remember, and winner first time out. So too was Jeremy Doncaster. So too was Roland Tubbs. They all meet in this one. And Millard's got the break with the lead of about 20 metres, but the pace behind him is tremendous. Keith Millard on, number 96 lead. second place 26 Doncaster, third is Tubbs, fourth is Kevin Price. Fifth place, number 5 is Rob Fortune, and Kevin Price, remember, was leading on the first race until he retired. What a tremendous battle going on, and Rob Fortune goes through on the inside of two riders, takes Kevin Price, takes Roland Tubbs, moves up to third place. That's a good ride by the Worcester rider. Now he's up to second, Rob Fortune, tremendous stuff from him. The leader's still there, Keith Millard, marvellous ride for Millard. Second, number 5 is Fortune, then Doncaster, behind Doncaster is Kevin Price, then comes Roland Tubbs. So, looking across, Gerald Shaw to retirement on the far side. The leader, Keith Millard, his second man, and is Rob Fortune. Both of these, remember, in the Western Centre team that won at the Inter-Centre 6 weeks ago. Millard into the last lap, Rob Fortune into the last lap, a great ride from them. Third place is Price, looks to be in trouble. Fourth is Doncaster, fifth is Tubbs. Looking for Kevin Price, and he's pulling out on the top end. Kevin Price in trouble again. Gerald Short still going, but the leader is going. The winner now is going to be number 96, Keith Millard, to make it 2 wins out of 2 in 2 rides. Millard takes it. Second, a marvellous second for number 5, Rob Fortune from Worcester. Third place, number 19 is Tubbs. Fourth, 344 is Mark Wadsworth. Fifth, 26 at Doncaster. 698 is John Bond. I hadn't even noticed them go to the line. So this is race 14. And we'll see what we've got when they get this far. Roger Rees and Brian Byrne, and Dorky and John Hall. So no Steve Smith, no Steve Jewison, no Ray Chapman. He was racing a few minutes ago. This is race 14. No Dave Manning, and therefore 2 runners in this. 134 Mick Dawkins and John Hall, and 171 Roger Rees and Brian Dunn. And it's a good opportunity, therefore, for both of those crews to build up points ready for the final round. Kevin, what happened? Last race. He just fell out of the caravan.
I was having problems at the first lap, my steel shoe come out left. And then crossing the finishing line on the third lap, my primary chain come off. So I spoiled it after a lead coming off in my first race. That's just about finished it for me. So.
Keep going, there's a few more to go yet. You can still end up in the point.
Okay, thank you, Tony.
Tony! Come back here! Right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Kevin Price for you. Last time he gets an interview if he calls me Tony Noel. He's unsteady in a few other places if he calls me Tony Noel, I can tell you. Yes, right. Back to the sidecar race. So Roger Rees and Brian Dunn, ladies and gentlemen, winning what this looks like the best sidecar race so far this afternoon, with Colin Banks going to the front and Roger Measer hard after him. Banks the leader with Roger Measer in second place as the chairs gather for what could be the best sidecar race so far this afternoon. Colin Banks the leader on the V-twin from Roger Measer in second place. Third is Teesdale, fourth is Alan Dillon, fifth race is Leonard Ray Foreman, and this is for real because every point counts for these sidecar races. Two to the lead, Roger and Jeff Measer on number 51, from second place man number 7, third is 69. Rather, third now, number 3, which is Blewett. Fourth is 69 Teesdale, who moves up alongside Blewett. A bit of a nudge job there, but that is Teesdale and Alan Blewett, as Roger and Jeff Measer are leading. Second place, Colin Banks. Third place now, Dennis Teesdale. No, Alan Blewett back in front of him again. Teesdale back in third place. It's Roger Measer who's climbing up the points. Measer number 51, remember, a winner in his first race. Looks for a maximum score now on his second outing. Roger and Jeff Measer, 51 leaders. Pulling away now from the second placeman, Colin Banks. Third is Alan Blewett. Fourth is Dennis Teesdale. Fifth, 149, is Leonard Ray Foreman. Roger and Jeff Measer, immaculate as ever on the big Honda at the front. Roger and Jeff Measer then the leaders. Second place, Colin Blanks and Robin Ward. Third, Alan Blewett, enjoying a good race with Dennis Teesdale and John Atkinson, who finishes fourth. After outside the pictures, after this race, for which there are now 2 outfits only going, we've lost a few. We've lost a few in this one. We've got Ted Tucker and Dave Ward. This is 16, and we've got not confirm. Boys, Ted Tucker and Dave Ward, and I thought so, Steve Alabone. So in race 16, Paul Norman does not go. Rob Henderson doesn't go. Dave Skinner, who was in the earlier incident, doesn't go. And Tom Alabone and Roy Fisher do not go. So there's two outfits in this. As leader, Ted Tucker and Dave Ward. From second place man, the Warwickshire crew of Steve Alabone and passenger Steve Robbins. The highlight of their season was victory at the Bristol Blazer meeting in August when they went down to the Wessex Centre and scored a marvellous victory over the sidecar crews in the Southwest, Steve Alabone and Steve Robbins. It really was a super ride by them, and they've been plugging away this year in the Midland Centre and generally going quicker and quicker, but that victory down at the Bristol Blazer was very, very good indeed. So Ted Tucker and Dave Ward, a lonely ride for them, and an equally lonely ride from 2-3 Steve Alabone and Steve Robbins in second place. Steve Alabone, who for many seasons was one of the quickest solo riders in the Midland Centre, knows now that the best thing he can do is chug round, pile up the points, and that things will then really begin to happen when we get to the semi-final and final stages in the sidecar competition. At the moment, Ted Tucker and Dave Ward, on one of their last meetings with the big fleet twin Westlake, Ted says whatever happens, he's going to have a different motor next year. Ted Tucker, number 73, to win it, and second place with only Ted Tucker, number 73, getting 7 points. And 2-2-3 Steve Alabone coming in as rated number 8, getting 5 points. And I'll confirm that with Dave in a moment from race 16. That will go with sidecar. John Cox leading Terry Rawlinson as they come out of it. So it's John Cox then, the winner in the opening ride, goes in race 17, the Bates Ramp Coursing 500 solo event, being led by the Cheshire veteran, John Cox, number 6, and 171 Terry Rawlinson in second place. 159 Sean Hess challenging the second, behind them number 1 Kevin Lee, number 158 Wayne Broadhurst. This, remember, is race number 17. John Cox taking it very gently at the moment from 171 Rawlinson, 159 John Hoff, number 1 Kevin Lee, 158 Broadhurst. Broadhurst, who's just completing his first adult season of Grasstrack racing, putting in some very creditable performances. Brother Ricky Broadhurst injured in an accident, and that's kept him out of a lot of Grasstrack racing, but we hope to see him back in action next year as well. Meantime, John Cox, number 17, takes another lap and takes the yellow flag. From 171 Terry Rawlinson, 159 John Hoff, 158 Wayne Broadhurst. And at the back, lonely at the back, 61 Mike Walsh. Third, 159 John Hart, fourth, number 1 Kevin Lee, fifth, 158 Wayne Broadhurst, fifth, 61. And it's Martin Jones from Ian Rutter. Martin Jones gets a good break again. Winner first time out, but Ian Rutter this time takes him on the inside as they go into the top 10. Martin Jones was the leader then, but Ian Rutter went inside him and Martin Jones has got it back again. So a good ride there by Martin Jones. The more experienced Ian Rutter from Warrington up with him as they come to the top one. still 132 Martin Jones. One win under his belt already this afternoon, remember. Looks now for victory in this, which is race number 18. Second behind Liberty and Russia. Third race, 1 win number 3, then 4312 Stacey. So 132 Martin Jones into the last lap for me and return, then Hornby and Rob Stacey. Now this next man is a bit of a mystery to us, ladies and gentlemen. As he hasn't got a number on the side, and we can't read the one on the front, he will not be credited as a finisher, unless anybody tells us who he is in the next 30 seconds. Otherwise he will be not a finisher and he will get no points, but no number. Martin Jones takes the checkered flag. Now me and Rutter in second place. 117, then Hornby is third, 312, Rob Stacey's fourth. And this man, ladies and gentlemen, if you know who he is, will have a good look, but quite honestly, with no side number. Away we go then with race number 19. Chris Salisbury again from Mark Lodge. Chris Salisbury from Mark Lodge in a tremendous start then by the Worcester rider. Can he hold on to it again? Battle behind him. Ron Ratcliffe's up to second, and Ron Ratcliffe's coming up to challenge Chris Salisbury. Mark Lodge in third place. So a real battle on now. With in the green, number 93, Ron Ratcliffe. Behind him now, Ron Ratcliffe leads. Ratcliffe leads, Chris Salisbury second, third is Mark Lodge, fourth is Dave Prince. The fifth behind them, number 217. Who's that last one? 217. Kenny Blaine in place of John Boston. 217, Kenny Blaine in place of John Boston. So, through they go with Ron Ratcliffe, number 93, third line, fourth one Mark Lodge is second, Chris Salisbury third. Then 217 Kenny Lane, 36 Dave Prince, and behind him 111 Richard Shelton, last at the moment, number 32, 321, I'm sorry, 321 Derek Sochet. Ron Ratcliffe going very wide on the big stage, making the opposition goes. Mark Lodge is the opposition coming up right behind them as they come into the last lap back. Ratcliffe's the leader there. Mark Lodge in second place, Salisbury in third. So the battle for the leadership then. On the far side, it's Ron Ratcliffe being challenged then by number 41, Mark Lodge. Comes from Grasmere, all the way up in the Lake District, Mark Lodge. Come a long way, one of the bundle of Lake District riders who's always Ratcliffe is the leader. Ratcliffe takes it. Second place, Mark Lodge. Third place now, 418 is Chris Salisbury. Fourth, 217. Which is Kenny Lane and the rest coming in. Much better start than by Nick Radley, number 21 from Roy French as they went into the top bend. Nick Radley, the leader then from Roy French in second place. Andrew Bate in fourth, Dennis Woodgate's third, Andrew Bate fourth. Cecil Taylor with passenger Kevin Williams at the back. Kevin Williams, for the first time out on one of these. That's the leader is Nick Radley, second Nick Radley, Roy French. Third now is Andrew Bate, fourth is Dennis Woodgate. Along the bottom it's Nick Radley. Let's see what happened to him in his first race. Number 21 Radley finished last, only got 2 points. Some trouble held him up on the first lap then, but now he's going to reel that Roy French in second place. Winner is the first time out, 3 rides they got in there. Third place, number 86, 4153 Woodgates. Fifth place, 119 is Chris Barton and Trevor Stewart. Sixth place, number 70, Cecil Taylor and Kevin Williams. So Nick Radley riding with copybook riders. Nick Radley and Chris O'Connell, last year's British champions in the 500 style. Into the last lap, second place, Rob French. Third place, 86 Andrew Bay, 4th 153 Dennis Woodgates, 5th 119's Chris Martin and Trevor Stewart, and 6th place number 70 Cecil Taylor and passenger Kevin Williams. So, 21 coming into the 6th Andrew. Next number 7 time, 2nd place Roy Branch and Colin Lucas, 3rd 86 Andrew Bay. 4th 119, the 5th 1... Andy Riley and the rest. And it's Tony Forward from Steve Schofield in this one. Tony Forward from Steve Schofield and Mark Wadsworth as they go into the top bend with Rob Fortune in 5th place, now going to 4th. So it's Tony Forward leading at the moment, number 2. Behind them, looking for safety. Mark Wadsworth and Steve Schofield behind him. Then Rob Fortune. A good battle coming for places is Rob Fortune now. Steve Schofield back to 4th place as Rob Fortune through to 2nd. So the Worcester man impressive again as he goes through the field. Coming up then, Tony Forward, 17 yards going up. Hard after him. 3rd 3 4 4 Wadsworth, 4th Andrew Riley, 5th the very unhappy Steve Schofield. Steve Schofield dropping back in this. And as Rob Fortune begins to close on the leaders, and this is going to be interesting because with a lap and a half to go, it's the leader, number 2, Tony Forward, within 2nd place, number 5, Rob Fortune, and Rob Fortune really means business. Pressing on, he can catch the leader now. Rob Fortune trying all he can to catch Tony Forward. So it's going to be enough. They go into the last lap, with the rest falling back now. Steve Schofield most unhappy, but the battle is between Tony Forward and Rob Fortune. It's still Tony Forward as they come into the last bend. The lead is about 3 lengths. Tony Forward leads Rob Fortune by about 5 metres. Now can Tony Forward hold it, or will the Worcester rider catch him as he drives off the bend? Tony Forward is going to line, and Rob Fortune going hard after him. Not going to catch him. Tony Forward wins. Rob Fortune is 2nd. 3rd is Wadsworth. 4th is Andrew Riley. 5th is Tim Brown. 6th, the most unhappy Steve Schofield, but a great race. And it's Millard who gets the break from David Perry. Millard gets the break from David Perry. I don't think was up. Yes, Kevin Price drives round the outside. A frantic effort from him. But the leader is Keith Millard. Millard have got a very impressive start indeed. Now leads the rest by about 30 metres with Evans in 2nd place. Doncaster and Graham Wilson and David Parry, and behind them is Kevin Price and Cyril Jones and Mark Williamson in that order. But it's Keith Millard with 2 maximum scores this afternoon, number 96. Looks now for maximum number 3. And he looks as though he's going to do it with no opposition whatever. 96, Keith Millard. The Western Centre 500 champion from number 4. Evans, 3rd 16 is Price, 4th is Graham Wilson, 5th is Perry, 6th is Cyril Jones, 7th Mark Williamson. And 8th, for the most unhappy 8th, number 26, Jeremy Doncaster. But with the last lap time being made ready now to go to number 96, Keith Millard, who's been the common Worcester in the race at the start. Number 5, and then in 2nd, Kevin Price 3rd, David Perry 4th. Graham Wilson 5, Cyril Jones 6, Mark Williamson 7. Jeremy Doncaster still going round, but very unhappy in 8th place. So, 3 out of 3, a maximum score of days now. Jeremy Doncaster, Keith Millard is the man that does it. Almost up in Jeremy Doncaster. 2nd is Evans, 3rd is Kevin Price, 4th is Perry. And Tubbs back in about 5th place. Peter Lloyd leads as they go into the top bend from Mark Edwards in 2nd place. And Tubbs really passing on is up into 3rd as they come out of the flat. Bend, Buck the leader. Third now 19 is Tubbs, 4-7 is Rob Price, 5th 98 John Boston, 6-27 Gerald Short, 7th number 67 is Graham Flitty. and it's Roland Tebbs in third place. Now he could do with coming through a bit from that to get some more points to be carried through. Remember, the points today are carried through the semi-finals and the finals, so he's got to be scoring. The leader then still 74 Peter Lloyd from 24 Mark Edwards and 19 Roland Tebbs now making a move. Tebbs coming up on Mark Edwards but just not quite able to close the gap. Then behind them it's Rob Price, number 7, and number 1 Gerald Short. Behind him number 98 John Boston. Mark Edwards, 9 is Roland Tebbs, 7 Rob Price, 27 Gerald Short, 98 John Boston. And now the battle for second. Tebbs moves up to second just ahead of Mark Edwards, but he's not going to catch the leader. And indeed, Mark Edwards isn't going to let him go that easily. So it's the leader, 74 Peter Lloyd. Takes the second flag, but second place to Tebbs. Third place to Mark Edwards, and I reckon that puts Roland Tebbs on 24 points, which will put him on the 131 at Boston and 3. Sorry, 98 Boston gets 3, and I've got a sidecar race. I'll give you those again afterwards, but we've got a sidecar race in progress. This, of course, is race number 24. Race number 24 in progress with 3 outfits being led comfortably, albeit or almost, by Roger and Jeff Leesor for number 3, Alan Lewis and Matt Wilson, and 134 Mick Dawkins and John Hall. So the sidecars then number 51 Roger Meter on his way to make it 3 out of 3. From Alan Lewis and Matt Wilson and Mick Dawkins and John Hall. So the Roger and Jeff Leesor partnership, the two brothers from Abingdon, Roger the eldest of the two brothers, former British champion. From second place, Alan Lewis from Darlington with Nev Wilson, another very experienced driver, and the partnership from East Yorkshire, Mick Dawkins and John Hall. Nice to see them back with us again. I haven't seen so much of them this year. And Roger and Jeff Leesor, the leaders then, with in second place Alan Lewis and Ned Wilson. And third, Mick Dawkins and John Hall. Checkered flag in that order, Leesor the winner. Second, Wilson. Sorry, Millard, with 3 wins out of 3. In second place, Rob Fortune on 3 seconds, and Roland Tebbs. Backwards side time, we have another race, which is 3-cornered race then. This is race number 25. Colin Banks the leader. Colin Banks from Roger Rees in second place, and Lennon Ray Foreman in third. So Roger Rees has been putting the points together. Remember, the objective is still to qualify for the semi-finals. Roger Meesor has got 3 out of 3. He'll go in with a maximum score. Colin Banks then from Roger Rees. Banks with 2 second places, giving him 10 points. Roger Rees and Brian Duck with a third and a win, giving them 11 points. So they're both scored well. And in third place, 149 Lennon Ray Foreman with 5 points to date. So a 3-cornered sidecar race. I'll be quite honest, I don't think you're going to see close racing in this one. I think they're going to hold station till the end. In race 25. So the sidecar race is true to form. We're going to finish in that order with Colin Banks from Roger Rees and from Lennon Ray Foreman. In fairness to them, I think they're going round for points. And I wouldn't blame them for that. It's the finals that matter. And the 3-cornered sidecar race. and then we'll really get down to business because of course we get it into the sidecar semis. So we may not have enough running to the semis. It'll be an interesting point to see whether the sidecar drivers do have enough still running for 2 semis, probably 4 and 4. But Ted Tucker and Dave Ward comfortably in the lead in this one, no problem at all. Off the bend, in the sunshine, soon I suspect the dust come a bit. Second is Teesdale, and third is Steve Allibone, but at the moment it's ideal with no dust. A little bit of sunshine. Very good racing from that point of view, with Ted Tucker and Dave Ward leading, Dennis Teesdale and John Atkinson in second. Tucker and Dave Ward, an opportunity for you to see the star of the 1982 British Masters, and for me to tell you again and to look at just how far Dave Ward gets over by the driver's right leg, really gets the weight down on the inside as the driver powers out of the bend. Last lap for them. Second place Matt Teesdale and third 223 Steve Allibone and Steve Robbins, who've been consistently playing points. And the lead is going to be, and he's going to make it 3 out of 3. Ted Tucker and Dave Ward are going to make it 3 maximums from 3 rides, which means they'll join Roger Meesaw and Chad Meesaw in the semis on the maximum score. They win it. Number 73, Tucker takes it with 3 wins over 3 for him. Second place, Teesdale. Third place is Steve. And it's being led by 61, which is Mike Walsh from Mr. Golf. Mike Walsh led that one as they went past us for the first time, and still does. This is race number 27 in the Breakdown Coursing 500 solo event. I've got running for the first again takes over the lead in at number 9 from Mike Walsh and Glenn Hornby in race number 27, the experienced Ian Rutter from Cheshire. Number 9 from Glenn Hornby and Mike Walsh in third place. So it's Ian Rutter leading comfortably in this one then from Glenn Hornby and Mike Walsh with a bit of a battle for second place. Still, Cheshire dominating, I think it's fair to say. Ian Rutter the leader since the last lap. From 61 Mike Walsh. And 61 Mike Walsh, of course, comes from Sefborough, which is a long way from the Cheshire Centre. So it's come a very long way. Nice to have the Lake District riders and the northeastern riders with us. Number 9, Ian Rutter. Number 1 takes that one, so second place man 61 Mike Walsh has been scoring quite well. So this is the ultimate qualifier race number 28 on the line. Any minute there we go. The yellow flag is still up. We've had to get this one man coming to join them. John Hoff, the reserve, got a very good start, but he's been passed. We've got our first and second sidecar semi-finals come in as well. And some of those sidecars are not still racing, so we'll have to take their lane behind. And it's 312 Stacey. 312 Stacey going very well indeed. 312 Rob Stacey with the man who taken Ron Ratcliffe now come through to second, 93 Ron Ratcliffe. Can he catch the lead at 312 Stacey? Same family, Stacey from Ron Ratcliffe. Come in third place, 32. 32, he said. 321, it should be, that's right. 321, Derek Suchet. So the battle for the lead, Ron Ratcliffe trying to go around the outside of Rob Stacey. Now can Ron Ratcliffe off to inside line. Good race in this one then. Rob Stacey is a flying second paceman. Ron Ratcliffe from Telford. Ron Ratcliffe tried hard to get on terms with the leader. Derek Suchet is next, then John Hoff, then Wayne Broadhurst and the rest. But the leader is still Rob Stacey with the second paceman Ron Ratcliffe trying to get on terms. Ratcliffe already a winner this afternoon. Rob Stacey not scored so many points, could do with 10 points in this one. And coming to the second line, Rob Ratcliffe not now going to close the gap. Stacey's going to win it. 312 Stacey to win it, second 93 is Ratcliffe, but the battle's still on for the places. And Terry Rawlinson in there as well. It's Terry Rawlinson and Martin Jones and John Cox in that order as they go into the top end. Rawlinson now the leader, 171 Rawlinson from 132 Jones. Going alongside him as Rawlinson drops it wide on the exit from the bend. And it's 132 Martin Jones who pulled a tremendous wheelie away from the start. He's the leader now as they come to the group back one. Martin Jones and Rawlinson from John Cox. From Chris Salisbury, then Mark Lodge behind him. And it's Jones at the moment. The dark blue leathers of the Oswestry rider means he looks as though he's going to make it 3 out of 3. John Cox in third place at the moment, not closing the gap. But Terry Rawlinson having another go round the outside. Martin Jones on the inside then leading in the blue. Terry Rawlinson goes wide, he's in trouble, he's coming out, so Rawlinson out of this one. A hard look on the Preston rider. Jones the leader then, John Cox in second, third is Mark Lodge, fourth is Salisbury, fifth is Jeff Thomas. Next behind them is Kenny Blaine, number 217. So Martin Jones looks as though he's going to get the maximum score. A lap and a half to go, but John Cox, the other man on the maximum then, will drop 2 points in this one. John Cox in second, third Mark Lodge, fourth Jeff Thomas, fifth Chris Salisbury, and sixth, number 217, Kenny Blaine. And sure enough, it's going to be 3 out of 3. For Martin Jones, though John Cox closing on the last bend and could even catch him. Martin Jones might have just eased up a bit too soon. The engine time for the line. 132 Martin Jones closing, and number 6 John Cox in second. 41 Mark Lodge is third, keeping a good point scoring run for the Lake District rider. We'll have the results of that one then in a few moments. Second place. Roy French getting a very good start then there with Nick Radley going with him. And it really is very close amongst the leading three as they go up the far side. Chris Barton then going very quickly there, number 119. Now then. So it's number 18, 21, 86. 86 Andrew Bate in with the leader, but it's number 18 Roy French and Colin Lucas who lead from Nick Radley, and Andrew Bate going very well in third place. Andrew Bate with change of passenger for this afternoon, passenger by Gary Bryce in third place overall at the moment and really going very well in this one, but that most awkward angle of the left leg sends running trouble with the third place man. Leader Roy French, formerly passenger with Steve Smith, with Colin Lucas, from Nick Radley and Chris O'Connell, third Andrew Bate. Fourth place, Chris Barton and Trevor Stewart. Fifth, Dennis Woodgates and Brian Westall. But along the far side, and we've got a change coming up because Nick Radley closing up on Roy French. Mick Bradley closing up. If they finish in this order, Roy French will take the overall win by just 1 point. So Roy French can afford to finish second. Number 21 scored low in race number 1. Third place still is Andrew Bates. Fourth is Chris Mark. Not his usual self, Dennis Woodgates. And Cecil Taylor over the far side, definitely not his usual self. So then, the winner of this one's going to be 21, Mick Bradley and Chris O'Connell. The winner overall, I make it, is going to be Roy French and Colin Lucas. A very good third there for Andrew Bates going home. And we'll give you the overall positions confirmed for the 500 solos in due course. Interval time. Yes, right. Up to the line we come then. Up to the line for the semi-final. Is last but one. Rob Fortune is last but one. Keith Millard is leading it. Now can the Worcester man come from the back? Well, he can come from the back pretty well because he's already moved up into 6th place. Rob Fortune is 6th. Keith Millard is the leader. So in semi-final, number 1. Second, back on 4. Third is Peter Lloyd. 4th is Fortune. 5th is Tim Brown. 6th is Tony Forward. 7 is Paul Evans. And 8 is Cyril Jones. And Rob Fortune, who's driving up through the field. Second overall, remember, at the moment, goes up into 3rd place. And really, that goes on the second round with Jeremy Doncaster and tremendous speed. And Keith Millard, marvellous driving there. Jeremy Doncaster and Rob Fortune, from last but one, is going round the outside of the former European champion and takes 2nd place. So it's 1st and 2nd. It's by the book as Keith Millard leads. 96, Keith Millard leads. The retirement over here is Tony Forward. He can push it from there, but it won't help his point score. Keith Millard there, Keith Millard now. 4 much moves for him, that will be. 2nd is Rob Fortune. 3rd Peter Lloyd. 4th is Evans. 5th is Tim Brown. 6th is Cyril Jones. Then comes the most unhappy Jeremy Doncaster, who's not had a very good day indeed, the Ipswich Speedway man. And then Tony Forward, who's at the moment stationary and will be pushing in. But the leader, Keith Millard, is going to make it 4 out of 4. 40 points that will give him. That means he's almost there. Second, a great ride by Rob Fortune, then Peter Lloyd. Behind him, number 4 is Paul Evans. Edwards again gets a good start. Mark Edwards from Gerald Short, Dave Perry at the back, but Mark Edwards gets a very good start. Gerald Short up in 2nd place at the moment as they go down the far side. Now then, Gerald Short, we haven't seen much of him today. In fact, he got into this with only 12 points, Gerald Short. Mark Edwards 2nd, 3rd now is Rosie Thames, 4th Graham Wilson, 5th is Steve Schofield, 6th is Mark Wadsworth, 7th Andrew Riley, and 8th number 419 David Perry. So it's a very detuned Steve Schofield now. Started the day very well indeed, Steve Schofield, but now he's last but one. We're not in the position, we don't usually see him in that position. In fact, Dave Perry will not. Mark Edwards is 2nd, Roland Tubbs there. Mark Wadsworth going well, the 2-stroke is now 4th, with Graham Wilson driving round the outside of him. Gerald Short really has had mixed fortunes in the heat so far, but now leading the semi-final very convincing manner. 7 Andrew Riley, 8 Steve Schofield. And this means if they finish in this order that, on my reckoning, the lead that Keith Millard will have is 8 points. Sam Short's in trouble off the last bend. Gerald Short's going. And the win goes to Mark Edwards. Second. Rowan Fox, third Mark Watson, fourth Graham Wilson, fifth Ben Carey, sixth Andrew Riley, seventh is Steve Schofield, and eighth would be Gerald Short. Now at the back, in the 10th, the back finish line, or now they've been transferred to the caravan, unclaimed prizes are given to the commentators' benevolent fund, right? I think that should have been the lap scorer's benevolent fund. I've just touched a tender nerve, I think, someone. We will look now at the sidecars. We move to race 33, the first sidecar semi-final, featuring 73 Tucker, number 7. 171 Roger Rees, right down. We've got 5 outfits in this sidecar pace is going to hold up now. Ted Tucker leads from Colin Banks, from Roger Rees, from Len Foreman, from Steve Allibone in that order. Tucker, remember, with 21 points. Aims to make it 4 out of 4, and look at the way he's going. Ted Tucker and Dave Ward. Sidecar racing now will hop up a lot. Tucker and Ward from Banks, from Roger Rees. The top 6 chairs come through, remember, to the final at the end of the afternoon. So you've got to get the points in this one. And Ted Tucker's God knows that Roger Measer will start the second semi-final on a maximum score. Ted Tucker then goes this one. The real chance of entering the final. Ted Tucker and Dave Ward have been second place. Roger Measer and Brian Dunn having a very good day there in the local crew in third place. Fourth, Lennon Ray Foreman, fifth, Steve Allibone and Steve Robbins. Ted Tucker and Dave Ward showing the mastery this afternoon with a good 30-metre lead over the other Lincolnshire crew, which is Colin Banks and Robin Ward. With Ted Tucker and Dave Ward dominating this one. They've dominated all their races so far this afternoon. Set them to make it 4 out of 4. Easily recognised, 2 yellow helmets for the Lincolnshire riders. Into the Cheshire flag, 4 out of 4 for Ted Tucker and Dave Ward. Second down, Roger Rees takes second on the line. Now that could be interesting. Roger Rees second. That will be a grand finale indeed. Between Ted Tucker and Dave Ward, Roger and Jeff Measer. Second sidecar semi coming up. Company. Look at that power over there. Alan Lewis being pushed back, Ken Wilson raising his hands. Somebody else being pushed back. A lot of power over there, and away they break, and it's Measer on the side on the big Honda, doesn't break first. As they go up to the top, it's Teesdale, but Measer really means business and drives inside them as they go to the top end. So it's Measer the leader from Teesdale in second place, third is Perth. As they go into the top end, and in fourth place is Dawkins. So Roger and Jeff Measer sure enough from Dennis Teesdale second, Alan Lewis third, and Mick Dawkins fourth. Roger and Jeff Measer 3 out of 3. Another points to stay with this one. Dennis Teesdale and Lewis in second place hard after. Roger and Jeff Measer on the 4-cylinder Honda with the chassis that they made themselves. Made his first appearance in the 770 meeting halfway through last year. Carried them then to tremendous success. Second is Dennis Teesdale. Third now is Alan Lewis. Fourth is Mick Dawkins. Very close match. Pacing the sidecar, building the final. Should be a cracker if Measer wins this. It'll be Measer v Tucker in the final. That should be worth waiting for. At the moment it's Measer with the advantage over Dennis Teesdale as they go into the last lap. They're going to catch the leaders now. Roger and Jeff Measer on the lead. Dennis Teesdale and Atkinson in second place. Third still Alan Lewis and Ned Wilson. And they come in then to the finish. And join out 4 out of 4 for Roger and Jeff Measer. Second place Dennis Teesdale and John Atkinson, number 69. Very, very open indeed. The young man 132, Martin Jones leads from 117 Glen Hornby in second place, and Jones has lost the lead on the top end, and the man he's lost it to 117 Glen Hornby. But Martin Jones is going to fight back. Now where's John Cox? Down in the bunch, in fact, towards the back, and out of touch with the leaders. That's the danger man for the leader, which is Martin Jones. Martin Jones can let Glen Hornby go and still be the overall winner. Behind them it's Chris Salisbury and Mark Lodge and Ian Rutter and Ron Ratcliffe, and John Cox is still at the back, and he won't win it from there. That's John Cox right at the back. Martin Jones looks as though he's going to go for a maximum, looks as though he's going to try and take everyone, because he takes back the lead. 132 Martin Jones starts to play the member with only a 2 point and on. Third Hornby, third Mark Lodge, fourth place is Ian Rutter, fifth Chris Salisbury, sixth Ron Ratcliffe, and seventh now is John Cox. And last man on the road is John Hoff. And the TSB girls are giving up the last lap flag. We've got 2 last lap flags. So the two TSB girls holding out the last lap flag. This will confuse Martin Jones when he sees 2 last lap flags. Here's Chris with the flag. Martin Jones is leading. Oliver Barnes on second. We've got to have lost Glen Hornby before there. It is Glen Hornby. He'll think he's seen double. He saw 2 last lap flags then when he came round. From Liz and Chris, the 2 TSB girls, and now he's going to see 2 checkered flags. Now them girls, wave them at Martin Jones. The man is little, he's taking 4 out of 4. 4 out of 4, that's it. Wave them back to 1 checkered flag. Martin Jones is the winner, ladies and gentlemen. China is second there. Third, 1 Mark Lodge is second. Third, number 9 is Rutter. Fourth, 93 Ron Ratcliffe. Fifth, 4 and 8 Chris Salisbury. So then, I think the men come to see Millard. But Millard is finally shown so far. Well, they can go out with another winning line. Off the line then. Time to fill up. Red flag is still over. Flag gets the track still up. So much to the top of the final. Second, Peter Lloyd third, Rob Fortune fourth. Keith Millard, the leader then, does it off the line. Great stuff by him. Millard certainly looks as though he's going to go through the card unbeaten this afternoon. So Keith Millard, the leader. Peter Lloyd is second. Mark Edwards third. Fourth now comes to Rob Fortune. Third, Mark Edwards. 4 David Temps. 5 Rob Fortune. 6 Mark Wadsworth. 7 Steve Schofield. And although Peter Lloyd then, perhaps the only man now with the chance of catching the flying Keith Millard, as Millard, number 96 leads, from second 74 is Lloyd, third 24 Edwards, fourth equal 5 and 19, 14 and 10, sure enough, Keith Millard not going to be satisfied with anything less than 5 out of 5. Millard going then hard for victory, but Peter Lloyd is after him, the Midland champion, 20-year-old Peter Lloyd, closing on the leader. Again, we've got Liz and Chris, 2 last lap flags for the leaders. Peter Lloyd with Peter Lloyd, he's running all the time, it's going to be a tremendous last lap. Peter Lloyd after him then. Third now Mark Edwards, 4 is Rob Fortune, 5 is Robin Tebbs. If they stay like this, the overall result will be first Millard, second Fortune, third Tebbs. So Keith Millard still leads, Peter Lloyd coming alongside him. Keith Millard and Peter Lloyd as they come into the last 10. Peter Lloyd. Third place now goes to Mark Edwards. Fourth is Rob Fortune. Marvellous finish there. Fifth is Rolly Ted. Sixth is Mark Watford. And seventh is Steve Schofield. And the TSB Speedbank Classic winner for 1983 with 5 wins out of 5 is Keith Millard. Second overall is Rob Fortune. Third is Roland Tabbs by my unofficial reckoning. Well done, Keith Millard. Great challenge by Peter Lloyd. Peter Lloyd nowhere in the placings with overall points, but what a final there and what a finish. Then, ladies and gentlemen, the battle we've been waiting for all afternoon. Roger Measor and Jeff Measor versus Ted Tucker and Dave Ward up to the line. Both start the race on a maximum score. First over the line wins the sidecar TSB Speedbank Classic. Will it be Roger Measor, last week's winner of the Roger and Jeff, or Ted Tucker and Dave Ward, and already off the line Ted Tucker and Luke leads. But the Measors are at the back of the bunch at the moment, and Roger Rees and Brian Dunn are out of it on the first straight. Roger and Jeff Measor at the back, and already we have a change. A real bunching of position because Banks is out of it. Tucker leads. Second is Blewett, third is Measor. Already we have 2 retirements because Colin Banks has got the board around him and Roger Rees and Brian Dunn around him. The leader is Ted Tucker and Dave Ward. Second Alan Blewett and Ned Wilson number 3. Measor's there. Now Roger Measor knows he's got to catch the leader to win. In fact, at the moment, he's got about 30 metres to go to get on terms with the leader. Ted Tucker and Dave Ward, the leader now. Second place, Alan Blewett, and Roger Measor coming inside Alan Blewett. Roger Measor goes inside Alan Blewett. Is he going to do it? Tremendous race for second place, Roger Measor on the inside. Alan Blewett outside, and just saw Tucker against him on the bench. Trying to come up on terms as they go along the straight, and Ted Tucker getting away all the time. Measor on the inside again as they go into the top left, take second place from Alan Blewett. So Measor now with Tucker ahead of him. He's got a lot of bit to do, but will he catch Ted Tucker? Will he pass Ted Tucker in that? Roger and Jeff Measor then. Got to catch Ted Tucker on the last lap. They could have left the challenge too late. And so what they're doing now is to close the gap on Ted Tucker, but they're closing it gradually with half a lap remaining. But surely not even Roger and Jeff Measor can close that gap. Ted Tucker then and Dave Ward away in the lead. About 20 metres with 1 bend remaining. Off the bend they come. They're going to win the sidecar TSB with Roger Measor second. That's how they finish. Tucker and Ward win. The Measors are second. And Blewett is third and takes overall third. Teasdale will be fourth. And that's the finish. 35 points for Ted Tucker. And time 171 gets 22 points. So the old pace are after this race. This is the Andy Headlake Challenge. So the only trying to get by Andy Headlake. We now have Millard then, can he make the maximum? He leads now. Millard and Martin Jones, the 2 leaders, the 2 winners of today's event into the top 10 together, and it's Millard from Martin Jones in second, third is Peter Lloyd. Fourth is the moment is Roland Tabbs, fifth is Rob Fortune. Yet another slow start from Rob Fortune. He's so used to charging through the field, but on the other hand, he starts to start to go. Martin Jones, then Big Lloyd. Rob Fortune's beginning to do it again. After them comes Ian Rutter with Roland Tabbs, and behind them Mark Lodge, and last man at the moment is John Cox. But Rob Fortune doing it again, starting slowly, coming to the field, and doing it again at the front of Steve Millard. Millard going to get out, just can't forget that challenge. Second is very impressive Martin Jones, third is Peter Lloyd, fourth Rob Fortune, fifth place now is Ian Rutter. And Martin Jones looks to have lost his second place to Peter Lloyd. And then comes the leader. 6 with 36. Peter Lloyd takes the last outside. Peter Lloyd, third is Martin Jones, fourth is Rob Fortune, fifth Ian Rutter, sixth Mark Lodge, seventh John Cox. 2 checkered flags now waiting for the leaders. You won't miss the presentation, John. We'll be a little while again. So then, the leaders into the last lap, into the second flag. He's the last winner. Second Peter Lloyd, third, a marvellous